We are back with episode 3 of our Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord Let's Play. And quite a bit has happened off camera. We reached Clan Tier 2. We are up to 205,000 dinars, so we have quite a bit of money and men behind us now. We're up to 75 in our party, and I'll get more into that in just a moment. But I figure at this point, Adrius is all in on this militia business. He put together an army to save his siblings, and now he's kind of seeing what kind of difference he can make with a small army behind him. And I think he is going to continue to try to make a difference throughout Calradia. So to that end, we do have a nice little opportunity that's presented itself, but I'll get to that in a second. As I said, 205,000 dinars. We need to look at investing that today. I do not have any workshops or caravans yet. That's something we should remedy as soon as possible. What else? So our party is up to 75 men. We picked up one new addition in terms of name characters, and that's going to be Marius the Sour. So he is part of the equestrian class and an old veteran. He picked up the moniker Sour from his kind of occasionally sour demeanor, but he's well liked and well respected otherwise, and so he'll be leading our cavalry as a cavalry captain in the place of Adrius, who is going to focus more on just commanding the overall army at this point. And you can see he is decked out like an army leader should be. We've got the full plumed helmet so that everybody knows who the leader is on our side of the battlefield. And I've tried to make sure that for all of our captains, they have at least some sort of crest. And actually the feathers as well, because quite a few of our troops have crested helmets, like the Evocatus, for example. They do have a crest. So the crest plus feathers means officer. But we'll try to distinguish them even more so as we move along. And I think Kaleem actually... Yeah, he doesn't have a crest, but he's got feathers. He's also... I mean, he is our archer captain, but he's supposed to be an engineer, not necessarily leading that troop. He just happens to be the only man for the job at the moment. As you can see, we have a lot of veteran heavy infantry. The Evocatus, we're up to 16, or I guess I should say Evocati since they're plural. And I've tried to fix the Pelum issue. Doesn't really seem to be working, but I went ahead and I actually crafted a javelin in the smithy with the Pelum tip on it. And these are definitely thrown weapons. We saw before that the other ones could be thrown as well, but for whatever reason they weren't working. These are in the javelin class. They are primarily a thrown weapon, though they can be used as a one-handed spear. And for whatever reason, these guys are just still hell-bent on not throwing them. So I'm not sure what the deal is, but it is really handicapping us to not have our infantry be able to skirmish, because that's supposed to be one of our strengths. But anyways, in addition to our heavy infantry, we do have quite a lot of cavalry now. And you can see 11 of 12 of the Eques Promoti are ready to go up to the next tier, which is the Bucalarius, or the Bucalarii. And they look like this. I'm trying to keep our party wages down, though, so before we get to like tier 5 and 6 cavalry, I'd like to maybe have a fief and some workshops. We've also got a good mix of archers as well. So all in all, I think we're doing pretty good. We're at that full party capacity of 75. We can take on Lord's armies now, which is going to be really important for us, as you'll see in just a moment. So if I pan on out, you'll see that the port city of Ortesia has broken away from the Western Empire, and it is currently part of the Empire of Varos, so led by Emperor Apis of Clan Varos. And you can see he's a real dick. So he is close-fisted, he's devious, he's cautious, he's cruel. I mean, being cautious doesn't make you a bad person, but he's cruel, and he's calculating. So the only positive trait, or at least what the game considers a positive trait in this case, that he has is calculating, which means he's, in addition to being devious, he's, yeah, kind of sly. So yeah, this guy, we don't really like him. The convenient thing about this whole situation is that currently both of his fiefs are under siege by the Western Empire. So what that means is that in either case, if the siege fails, the garrison should be severely depleted. So where we would probably never have a chance to take a town, or even a castle for that matter, with only 75 men, we might have a real shot at it when either of these sieges is over. And we don't necessarily need to go right for a town right away. Guarantor Castle would be just as fine, as well as a starter fief. Either way, it gets us the potential to found a kingdom as soon as we complete a few more quests. So this is way too good an opportunity to pass up, I think. We're going to make our way down there. One thing that we need to consider on our way there is we're actually not at war with this faction yet. So in order to attack the fiefs, we need to be at war with the Empire of Varos. And normally that wouldn't be too difficult. You would just raid a village and boom, you're at war. But because of our role play, we're not allowed to raid villages. So we need to, on our way down there, find one of the lords of the Empire of Varos and attack them, ideally defeat them with minimal losses, and then we'll be at war and we can go ahead and attack one of their fiefs as soon as these sieges end. So we need to kind of double time it down there. And hopefully we encounter one of their lords along the way. Given how the AI functions in this game, I would wager that they're probably like hovering around in that area. They look like they've got it under control. So another thing that I'm going to try to do as Adrius in this playthrough is if he does see villagers in trouble, whether they're ours or not, we're going to try to step in to save them. But in this case, I think we're fine unless those guys also jump in. There's some villagers of the faction we're trying to destroy. They look like they've got it under control as well. These sieges are still underway. Now, caravans, I'm not sure. Oh, that's the Emperor himself. He has a really large army, though. It looks like a good chunk of it is recruits. But he still outnumbers us almost 2-1. So that's going to be a difficult fight. Very difficult fight. Unfortunately, we may not have much of a choice. Obviously, if we ignore him now and we go and besiege one of his settlements, he very well might come and attack us anyways, right? So it might be worth it to go ahead and attack him, but let's see what our other options are. So in his clan, there are potentially 4 other lords. We have Jastion, who is near Lycia. He's actually not too bad a person. He's a bit impulsive, but can't fault him for being a little bit headstrong, as the game puts it. If we end up recruiting Clan Varos, we might want to try to, well, before we even attempt to recruit Clan Varos, we might want to try to manipulate it so that he is the clan leader, and that might mean a few deaths on the battlefield, if you know what I mean. Let's see, the Empress, so she's probably the governess, currently under siege. She's also a terrible person. We have Amendnon, who is also not a bad person. So either one of them would be a decent replacement for the current lord, and then you are unfortunately a bit of a bastard as well. Well, 2 out of 5 is kind of bad, but anyway, he's at Guarantor Castle. He might be an easier fight, but he might be in the castle. Actually, I didn't see where the other guy was. Where were you? You're probably in the town. You are definitely in the town. He isn't, but it would be a real shame to burn a bridge with him to start this, but we got to do what we got to do, right? Where is that, though? Oh, it's right there. It's right here. Okay. The other guy said he might be near the castle, so let's head past and try to pick a fight. So there's Garios. 890 men. Versus what? 350 militia plus another 200 garrisons. So there's actually a very good chance that Garios wins this, which is a bit unfortunate for us. There's Jastion, who we might want to go ahead and fight, but he doesn't appear to be going anywhere. So let's see what other options are. And then we have Torvasis, who's attacking Garantor. And so he's got 424 up against about 340. So that one's actually a much closer fight, and he very well might lose. Also, given how the AI operates with sieges, it's entirely possible they both abandon the siege before anything happens. Either way. Oh, don't tell me he ran away. Oh, there he is. It's unfortunate that it's this guy. Also, it's unfortunate that the Emperor is right there. This is tricky. It's very tricky. I'm actually curious. If I have to piss anybody off, I prefer it be the Emperor. So, can I do this in such a way that only one of them is involved in the fight? Forgive me for what may seem an abundance of caution, but please keep your distance. Just beyond sword length is fine. So who might you be? My name is Adrius, sir. May I ask your name? I'm Emperor Apis, rightful Emperor of the Calradians. I am Lord of Ortesia. Rightful Emperor, you say. Alright. Does he have any quest relevant stuff? No, okay. Well, then we're here to deliver our demands. All right, let's see. There we go. We declare war on the Varos. Our relationship with him dropped quite a bit. I'm curious, so how much did that hurt us with the rest of his clan? So minus 21. You are, well, yeah, so that's what I was kind of hoping for, is if we're going to piss anybody off, let's make it him. Now, we are outnumbered 2-1 here. But I think we can handle it. So, while yes, we are outnumbered, we do have the advantage of deploying pretty much entirely veteran troops versus a lot of his army is recruits or similar. I also might want to use the coast to protect one of my flanks since he is going to outnumber us. So let's move the infantry here. Infantry here. We'll shift over a bit once things kick off. Okay. And let's see. I am in that group for some reason. I should probably not be. Whatever. I can always run away. Run away later. Archers, let's get you into loose formation, and then we'll put you here. I think they can fire just fine like that. And then we'll take the cavalry, and we're actually going to put them into a shield wall because they have a little bit more impact as a dense formation. And then we'll stack them in like a square. All right, I think that's pretty good. Again, we're going to shift over, maybe up onto this little embankment here, just to make sure that the enemy can't really hit us from the right flank and our cavalry can protect our left. And honestly, it might be better to go here. We can use this as defilade so that they can't fire on that flank either. I guess let's see. So we'll ready up. There is the enemy. Infantry, shift over to about here. Archers, about there is good. Cavalry, come on over there. Oh, fire arrows are coming in already. Let's see. Unfortunately, the facing of this just isn't quite right. Oh, there's their cavalry. Might be worth harassing them a bit. Let's see what they decide to do. That was a bit short. So they don't seem too inclined to move. And I just ate his spear. I am an awful shot today, apparently. Let's lure them back to my cavalry, if at all possible. They're not going to take the bait. So how do we want to do this? I actually think we went the wrong direction with this. I'm going to take my infantry and move this way. Archers are going to do the same. Cavalry is also going to move that way. There's a nice little ridge over here, and since the enemy is pretty content to just sit there, we're going to use the terrain over here to our advantage. Alright, so now that we have nice little terrain working for us here, I'm going to set our archers up right there. And then I'm going to tell them to specifically face that direction so that they should be able to use this as moderate cover. Infantry, you're going to set up just behind them so that if anybody tries to push into them, you can back them up. Cavalry, hang out over here. We already destroyed one of their cavalry wings, so we only have one to worry about, and that's this one over here. I think that'll work in our favor. A lot of the arrows should be hitting the ground in front of them. We have a nice little defilade here. Some of these guys may not be able to fire through it, but I think we'll be okay. Oh, here comes the enemy. I was way late. Ah, get back here, you bastard. Damn it. Oh, and I was too busy looking backward to notice that he stopped. Well, maybe I should try my awful aim again. It hit him, just not for a whole lot of damage. Get him, infantry. Come on, guys. You're all carrying spears, especially because you refuse to throw them. Meanwhile, I can't do any damage to this guy. Well, I'll keep shooting at him. That was close. Oh, did you guys just drop him, or was that somebody else? That was definitely Imperial Cavalry we just killed. I don't know if it was the same guy, though. I was pretty confident that that hit. Come on. Are we out of ammo? No, we're still shooting. Where did you go? Alright, so we might very well be out of ammo. In which case, we really only have one choice, and that's to attack. So what we are going to want to do, because they outnumber us still, is we need to make sure that our infantry meets them head on in a tight formation, like shield wall. And then we need to make sure that our archers are in a tight formation and that they hit them in the flanks, and then our cavalry hits them from the other flank. If we completely encircle them, we should be able to defeat them. If we do not, then obviously their numbers are just going to be too much. So, infantry. I need you to form a shield wall. And then I need you to advance. Archers, I need you to get into a line formation. And I need you to start moving up the hill. Cavalry, I need you to follow me. Yes, there's still that lone cavalryman over there. I don't think he's going to be that much of a problem. You know what? Archers, hang out a bit over here, because you're going to beat the infantry to the spot. In fact, I probably should have just taken this group to go kill that guy real quick to make sure he doesn't cause any problems, but I think it'll be okay. There are a lot of them. Now, if we had our Pila, this would probably go a lot more smoothly. But we don't. So it's going to get ugly. Alright, archers. I need you to start moving up that flank. Actually, it looks like they're going to take the bait over here. Well, we'll keep moving. Completely encircle them if we have to. Alright, now they're going for the infantry. Archers, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. And then cavalry, go ahead and charge. Archers, I need you right here. We're getting quite a lot of kills here. That's good, that's good. I think it's going to help that we have more armor and better quality troops. Let's get the archers in that fight as well. And then also the fact that we flank them on all sides. So there's a bunch of recruits with really poor morale. And they just got hit from every side by really well-equipped veterans. And that's obviously not going to go the recruits' way. We did lose some people there. Excuse me, pardon me. Oh, come on, really? We got him. Let's get some of these veterans. Feel bad cutting these guys down. They're fellow Imperials, but they do serve a rather corrupt lord. We can't have them coming back to cause problems for us later. God, you guys take terrible angles. What is your deal? I just got downed by my own guy. By Marius. Well, we'll take over as him. Let's see. Who are you guys going after? Is there somebody up the hill? Oh, just the cavalrymen left. Or maybe not. I can't tell, honestly. The bar implies that there's more than one, but the holding down Alt implies that there's only one. Alright, so the last person left is actually Apis himself. So we want to make sure he doesn't get away. I just stabbed my own guy in the face because they're really, really bad at approach vectors. Having a really hard time tracking this guy. That was a good shot. Come on. Kill shot. Oh, he's just wounded. At least I think he's just wounded. Alright, so we're victorious. We did lose 17 men there, which is really unfortunate. Let's see. Only... Actually, no cavalry dead at all. We did lose 3... 6... Wow. A lot of it was our archers, actually. That's a bummer. Okay, so we've taken him captive. And we have a bunch of prisoners that we can go ransom. And we also have a ton of people that can level up. I'm going to hold off on that, actually. So we'll share with the troops, not the companions. If any of you know how that works, let me know. The reason I'm not sharing with companions is because I don't want them equipping stuff that they are given. So I'm trying to avoid giving them anything except for explicitly what I want them to wear. But if it's just going to turn into money in their hands, then I don't know that I mind so much. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and exceed our capacity. I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference. If they want to attack me, it should be fine. If we just beat the largest party that they have. So if the other one wants to attack me, even though we're a little bit beat up, I think we'll be perfectly fine. Yeah, I don't think he has any chance. So what did we level up here? I have an attribute point, a focus point. Our one-handed also hit tier 3. So cavalry has to be the choice here because we're fighting from horseback, right? One hit weapon damage decreased by 5% while mounted, which we're pretty much always mounted, except for like certain siege situations. Cavalry troops, first you're leading, have their melee damage increase. So yeah, if we're leading cavalry, that also benefits. But we're not actually the captain right now. Shield bearer, we're faster on foot with a shield. Infantry are leading. Yeah, so definitely cavalry. Do we get anything else? I know leadership went up a couple points. Tactics did as well, but all in all, I don't think so. Right, so I think we go vigor here. Unless we want to go intelligence. Because I know if we go intelligence 5, then we don't need to put any more focus points into medicine to get the 3 perks we need. Stewardship will also increase faster, and that is something we want to really, really focus on now. Actually, personal. So there is some benefit to going into stewardship, even if we're not the quartermaster down the line. Companionate, yeah, like Paid and Promise, for example, is a really, really good party leader bonus because we're going to have a lot of companions. So I think that is worth focusing on. I think everything else, it's got enough buffer. That could be better, but we're not really training it anyways. Yeah, I want to go really hard on these early. That should be perfectly fine. That way we can get the perks we want, and then we hand these roles off to companions and let them level up. Eventually, anybody that we turn into a party leader, we're going to want to make sure that they have some medicine skill as well. So that's going to be kind of a revolving door probably, where we train people up and then we give them a party, and then we train another person up and we give them a party. But for now, it's fine. Actually, was there anybody else? No. Okay. Just me. Just Adrius. All right. So the question is, where do we offload all of this stuff? Because we're kind of in enemy territory now. That's not too far. And it doesn't look like Jastion's even going to attempt to come after us. We don't want to linger too long, though. Who's attacking this and why? Right. So, we are going to want to recruit some troops. Luckily, there are plenty here. I'm going to focus on archers first because that was what we lost the most of. Then we'll go with you guys. I'm going to see if we can get more archers. I think our infantry is okay. And honestly, we can do a lot better than recruits. So even if we just get more infantry, I'm going to try to at least keep them at border guard and above. I'm also going to do a bit of trading and smithing right now, so I'll go ahead and cut that. So after offloading all the armor that we picked up, again, just the armor, that's going to be another 29k. So it's going to bring us up to 240,000, which is fantastic. If we add in the shields, I'll let you know what that brings us up to. So with shields and ranged weapons thrown into the equation, that's going to be almost 37,000. Let's go ahead and do that. So that brings us up to about 250k. Looks like ransoming all those prisoners is going to give us another 50k roughly. We are swimming in cash right now. It also gave us 3 points in roguery. So we have some party things to handle. Looks like we have a lot of upgrades. All of these border guards are ready to become legionnaires. We have one ready to become a veteran legionnaire, and then 3 of them are ready to become evocati. I'm going to keep one of you there just so I don't need to rearrange my party when we pick up more. Okay. Who else leveled up? Oh, I did in medicine, finally. So we want preventative medicine here. We want the extra 5 hit points, and then obviously the 30% restoration of health points after each battle, because right now we're at was that 8%? We would have been immediately at 30% after that last fight. had we had this perk, so it's going to definitely benefit us in the future. Okay. Arena, is there any tournaments nearby? Rotate, blah, 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 blah. See none. That's not too bad. But that symbol implies that there's one here. But I didn't see one here. What's the deal with that? Rotate is definitely the closest. If we're going to go anywhere, it would be there. Oh, did it already start? Oh, our health is too low. Okay. Well, why don't we wait here for a bit then? We're not too far out from where these sieges are taking place, so we can get there relatively quickly. I'd like to be able to participate. And also, I need some stamina for my smiths, so I think it makes the most sense to just hang out for a bit. So we have 2 orders. One is going to be for a 2-handed mace, the other for a throwing axe. Let's try the 2-handed mace first. That is going to be by far the easiest. And it looks like just with the default pole hammer thing, the pole mallet, is really what that is, we can check all the boxes, at least in theory. Again, in practice, we probably won't meet them all. But if we go for the hammer, which looks identical to the mallet, but apparently it is stronger, we do have a little bit more buffer room in the case of a potential failure. So let's go ahead and do that, I think. And it looks like we were able to meet all the criteria, even though we did, again, roll a little bit low on some of them. So they are very satisfied, and we're going to get all of that money. I didn't see if we got any XP there, though. Anyway, there was one more order for a throwing axe. Let's see if we can manage. So missile speed and damage are going to be low with this one. If we make it smaller, we can meet the speed requirement, but that puts us further off of the damage requirement. So looks like if we go with the more Francisca style axe, actually that's more what this is. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, if we go with this one, I think we can get it. The missile speed might need to be a little higher. Let's see if we go with that one and then shrink it. Oh, I thought we'd get at least a little bit of speed. Either way, I think this is fine. Is that from the head? Yeah, okay. Well, let's try that. What are we missing? Oh. Whoops. That should be plenty. Okay. We still have the throwing axe, right? Right. Let's forge. Looks like we got them all. And we're going to get every single dinar of that payment, which is fantastic. We also did level up that time. Right. Is there anything else we want to go ahead and craft? By the way, just so everybody's on the same page, when I was referring to custom Pila, what I meant was I went into javelins. I put the Pilum head on there, and then I believe I went with the... What's the longest reach? It's probably the short pine shaft. Yeah, because I wanted it to be a decent polearm length. So I think I maxed it out, but this is effectively what all the Legionnaires are carrying. So it is definitely throwable because that's the primary weapon class. It's also one-handed, but I made sure that thrown was selected, so it is absolutely a throwing weapon first and foremost. But they will not throw it. I do not know why. Well, let's see. I can't craft anything else for orders. I don't know if it's worth making something just to sell, so I'm going to leave that be. And somebody leveled up. I don't believe. Oh, it was me. Stewardship. Wow, we're just getting perks left and right. So neither of those is really going to be applicable here, but then again, neither are any of those. We are currently the quartermaster, but we don't intend to be for long term, and we are at no point going to be a governor. So all troops gain 2 XP daily, or tier 4 plus troops gain 4 XP daily. I think most of our troops are tier 2 and 3, so let's go with Drill Sergeant. Okay. We are healthy enough to take part in the tournament, but it's going to be a bit of a challenge. We start off with a 4-way team deathmatch. I'm going to open with a full bet here. And, oh, I have a longbow. Damn. Come on. I got the horse at least. Well, let's shoot this person because they don't have any armor. And I missed. Wow. Gotta be careful here. One arrow will drop me, more than likely. Another knockdown. Oh, okay. Was a bit late. Trying to help my dude out here. Oh, I thought he was gonna circle back. Nice. Oh, I feel bad now. That was my brother. Whoops. Well, he's on the wrong team. What can I say? That was a little bit over their heads. Looks like we have 2 green guys in there, so that's good for us. That's Marius getting stabbed in the back right now. Don't know who this is, but they're going to go. Oh, hit the wrong guy, or the wrong horse. And just missed. Yikes. That charge damage almost got me. Ooh, nice. Quickly now. Okay, 2-on-1. I don't see any horses still up, so I'm going to have to just keep shooting. Though it might be worth going for a polearm. Oh man, that was close. Come on, come over here. Come to me. And quick setup. Well, I think we got this. Should be relatively easy to win this as long as I have a polearm. Come on in. And you're done. Cool. So, who survived? Anybody we know? Doesn't look like it. We have a 1-on-1 with a... I think a Lord, actually. This will be interesting. Is it worth betting? We double our money. Yeah, I mean, we're so wealthy right now, I don't see any reason not to just play around with the cash a little bit. So I think this guy is a Sturgeon Lord. He's probably going to destroy me, honestly, because I'm fighting with a pretty substantial handicap. And there goes some of my health. Oh, I got lucky there. If he swung through and we traded shots, I would go down. Even though I hit him, I don't have enough health to soak one. Yep. There it is. Wow, he's all bloody. Okay. So let's see. Vidar versus Feya. Ah, that was weird. Damn. She's just smacking him around. They're both doing a lot of feinting. That's what it looks like when you turn the AI difficulty all the way up. They love to feint. She's just taking a couple shots to the head there. I don't know if she's going to survive much more of that. That one appears to have knocked her senseless, and yeah, she couldn't recover. So Vidar is the victor. I don't feel so bad losing to him now. We got 100 dinars for winning one, or surviving one round. Shame we couldn't take it all, but it is what it is. So we got unlucky at Guarantor Castle. The siege never took place. They still have a little over 300 in the garrison, and the army is moving out to the east right now. We actually just ran by them, but it looks like they are pursuing some of the lords from this faction. There he is. Oh, great. The Kara Kurgate have been hired. And the Golden Boar. Wow, they really splashed out for everybody. So this just got ugly. It'd be nice if this lord would maybe get involved in some of these fights. Torvasis. Let's see. Heroes. He is a bit of a jerk, but not the worst. Just and honest, but ungrateful. Wonder what his quest is. Oh, actually, he is not the one with the quest. Who's Krotor? Krotor is honest. Cool. Yeah, I marked him as being generally not an asshole. Let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. Do you have anything to say? No. Okay. Need some assistance. Animals drop dead of exhaustion. Blah, blah, blah. What do you need? More horses. Midlands palfreys. Okay. He's going to pay us quite a bit. I'll do it myself. I honestly probably have enough to just turn in the quest and go buy more myself. So about the task you gave me, here are your horses. We're going to be kind of slow, but he did just pay us way over market value for that. And we got 5 charm, which is great. Okay, what about the other guy? I think Disporian is a jerk. Yeah, but a high-ranking jerk. He's actually the Lord of Rote. So it's about time we met him. Let's see. What is your deal? Oh, he wants to give me troops. Probably needs troops trained. Yeah, I don't have the space for that. So this puts us in a very interesting position at the moment. So they're going to abandon the siege as well. Fantastic. So this completely flopped. Let's see. Yeah, no reduction to the garrison really at all here. If nothing else, I think I'll use these larger armies as an opportunity to get some more renown. So Garvey of the Golden Boar. Let's see. Honest, daring, and a little bit impulsive. There are worse people out there. Almost certainly. Yeah, we need to keep working on this too. Well, let's go ahead and corner him. We are Adrius. Yeah, that's really unfortunate because you're not a jerk, but you chose the wrong side. So despite being in a forest there, it looks like we're going to fight in an open field. That is a nice little hill. This is actually the exact same map that we fought on previously. We're just in a different spot. Kind of. Let's take the cavalry. We're going to tighten up their formation, and we'll move them off to the side here. Whoops. Actually, I want them in a deeper formation. Something like that. Keep them just out of sight. The infantry, on the other hand, we're going to go ahead and form up into a shield wall. Did that actually work? Yes, okay. We're going to bring you into a longer formation. Probably not 1 deep. But we don't need stragglers in the back. We want to make sure we're at least 2 deep. And then archers. Obviously, we want you in loose formation, but you guys don't necessarily need to be 1 deep. I think 2 deep is fine. That looks pretty good. We'll try to bait them forward and then send the cavalry over the hill on a little flanking mission. Yikes. We are downhill, which is going to be bad news for our archers. So in terms of infantry combat, there's really no advantage in terms of elevation, but for anything using a projectile, there is an advantage. Ah, damn it. He turned too tight. Wow, they're just running amok through my line. My infantry is doing nothing about it. Well, I don't know that there's a whole lot we can do here. Yeah, their archers are doing work on us. Infantry advance. Archers advance. Cavalry with me. Yikes, this is going to get ugly. Yeah, they have a ton of crossbows. Cavalry, I need you to tear up the crossbowmen. They can't shoot if they're getting cut down from horseback. Should keep them busy. Unfortunately, I don't do enough damage to kill anything, but I'm wounding everybody. But yeah, this is exactly what we want. They're on the run. Their infantry doesn't know what to do. They're trying to fall back and protect their archers, but their archers are just going to keep fleeing. And they don't have nearly enough cavalry to do anything but harass us. Why am I not hitting anything? Like, I swear that went right through the guy. That must have gone over his head. And that just, my horse just pushed him. Convenient for him. Wow, what the hell is going on? I mean, that, okay, that was an obvious miss. But some of these... I think they're just in a full rout now. I don't think they're actually going to stop and try to fight. I could be wrong, though. Been wrong before. Am I stuck? What's going on here? Let's go, guys. Cut them all down. I thought I told the archers to advance. They're kind of just lingering in the back. Not quite able to get that second swing in. Yeah, these guys did not play that very smart. Alright, so they're trying to make a last stand right at the edge of the map. I don't know what possessed them to stop and fight rather than just flee. Because they're right there. But, yeah. Out of the way, asshole. Whatever. Too many AI in the area. I don't want to kill anybody on my side. Or get killed by anybody on my side, for that matter. Alright, so the battle's over, and we did have one soldier distinguish themselves during the melee. And that was one of our tier 5 Evocati, who was able to get 5 kills. So, for now, we're just going to train him up like the infantryman that he was. I can always go back and edit these, but yeah, let's see. So this is like a support skill, right? Athletics, writing. Probably want him to work on foot mobility since he's going to be fighting from foot. Stewardship, trade, leadership, charm. I think tactics is probably a good secondary. Okay, so we had 6 deaths there. It looks like they were probably all archers. Actually, no. Not quite all archers. And... I'm going to let him go. Even though he is from a minor faction, I should probably just take him prisoner. Because there's not really much to gain from befriending minor factions. I can't actually get them to join me. But it's fine. We'll take the charm. Okay, we just took a lot of prisoners. We also have a lot of people ready to level up. Including myself, I wager. Yeah, we need more horses. Getting rid of those Midlands palfreys really hurt me. So it wasn't me. It was... Oh, it's all him. Alright, we're going to sort him out later. For the time being, I think we should probably try to get back to Lagada. So all in all, that loot's going to make us another 44k. We are swimming in cash right now. We definitely need to invest some of it somewhere. To that end, I would really appreciate your advice as to what we should do with it. I'm a little bit reluctant to invest any in the Western Empire, which is where we are now, because that is the faction, other than, of course, this little minor faction here, that we're most likely to end up at war with. So to that end, it doesn't really make sense to, say, buy a workshop and rotate if we're going to lose it the moment that we try to take something from the Western Empire. It just doesn't make sense. So we might want to go up to... I don't know if the Battanians necessarily make sense, but we could go to like the Northern or the Southern Empire for now. Granted, you know, those are also factions we're probably going to find ourselves at war with relatively soon. So I'm not sure if that makes sense or not. But obviously we don't want to go here because, you know, this is kind of where we're trying to conquer territory. So maybe after we conquer, I ranked up here. Let's see. No rest for the wicked. Bandit units in our party gain XP faster and faster raiding. I don't think either of those is going to help us because we are not allowed to raid. We're not allowed to recruit bandits. So Sweet Talker. Bandits are 20% easier to convince to leave in peace while bartering. I don't really plan to do that either. But I guess if we find ourselves in a situation where it's a losing battle and we aren't super inclined to fight it, that makes a little bit of sense. And we can't, as the player, be a governor, I don't believe. But that governor perk is definitely more useful than either of these. So we'll go with Sweet Talker. Again, I don't think either of those is necessarily beneficial, but... What's this bandit party doing? 39 infantry, that's what I like to see. Alright, this might be the last battle of the day. Caladog. Interesting, they just took another castle. The West is really getting their butts whooped. We might want to rush the river and make them fight in the water. Archers, move up to here. Get into a loose formation and stack up. Yeah, there we go, too deep. We're gonna run them forward to the hill here. In fact, let's pre-issue that order so there's no delay. So F1 there. Archers are gonna move. Infantry, I want you in a shield wall. I also want you spread out a little bit more. That's probably fine. I want you to line up behind them and then immediately rush to the riverbank to try to pin the enemy there. Cavalry, I think I want to hold you... First of all, let's get you bunched up again. It seems to be working pretty well for us. Then let's get you in that kind of squarish formation. We'll keep them down slope a little bit so that the enemy can't really shoot at them very well. I think that'll be okay. Who the hell is that? Whatever. Ready to go. Oh, it's me. I cheated. Interesting. let me spawn way ahead of everybody for some reason. I guess because I gave the move order, my guy automatically moved. Okay, they have 2 units of 2 cavalry on either flank. I might need to start splitting my cavalry just so I can hunt down the enemy cavalry more effectively. Oh, they're just going to sit on the defensive. All right, I'm going to scout ahead. The enemy is holding way back away from the water. I feel comfortable moving up. We'll put our archers on the hill here. Infantry can go down slope about there. We'll move our cavalry up right about there. So we got 2 horsemen over there and 2 over here. Yeah, they don't seem interested in moving off that spot. Which we have a major range advantage, so that's fine. I'm just going to keep shooting this guy since he's not interested in moving. Oh. Dodged it. Come on, one more good shot. That looked like it hit. I mean, that obviously didn't. Come on. This is pathetic. I swear those arrows are going right through him. Damn it. That was my fault. Thank you. Is that the leader? You can usually tell because they're very unique looking, kind of like haphazard gear. And yeah, she's wearing some very unique gear, alright. They're moving so slow. Let's see. Infantry, I need you to get into a line formation because you're taking way too damn long. We'll reform the shield wall when we get them to the other side of this hill, I think. It's a little bit short. There we go. One Sea Raider down. Okay. Infantry, form up that shield wall again. Advance a little bit. Don't actually advance. Ouch. You're getting a little bit too far ahead of your friends there, buddy. It's an interesting combo of desert bandits and sea raiders. Alright, let's get out of there. Infantry advance. Cavalry, time to get moving. Tell them to charge now. Okay, I know I wounded one of you pretty good. Cool. Is there another runner? Yes, there was. Cool. Target practice. It's gonna be hard to shoot these guys with all my men in the way. What I should actually be doing is chasing them on foot. I'll get some athletics XP this way. Of course, not if my horsemen steal all the kills. I think that's it. Not a single casualty on our side. Right, so unfortunately, we didn't have any success with our attempt at taking some land down in the south here. However, there is a siege happening at Grisego's castle. The Battanians are trying to take it, and they do have a pretty sizable advantage here, so they very well might be able to take it. If, for whatever reason, they do not, but the garrison is depleted somewhat, and in fact, this is one of the few garrisons. Well, no, it's like almost 200. We don't have a chance, that's for sure. But if they're depleted a little bit, it might be worth declaring war on the west, just to grab ourselves a fief there. Otherwise, yeah, we'll kind of keep picking away at the Ortesians down here. They have 2 minor factions on their side currently, so that's going to make things really difficult. Maybe just the one, actually. Let's see. No. Wow, they hired 4 minor factions. So they have the Company of the Golden Boar, Hidden Hand, the Karakurgi, and the Elephtheroi. Which is ridiculous. I don't know how they're able to afford that. But it might be worth trying to make peace with them temporarily, just because with that many lords running around, we're not going to be able to do anything. The West, however, is getting hammered, and I don't know how long they're going to hold out. So this might be prime opportunity for us to grab some territory here. But that will all depend on what happens at Grisego's castle, and also if we're able to find a Western Imperial Lord to attack, to obviously start a war. Otherwise, it might be a bit difficult. Anyways, let's leave it there. I will keep an eye on this between episodes. If it looks like it may go our way, then we'll pick back up with the next episode ready to do that. However, I don't want to run the risk of another episode like this. So if it looks like it's not going to go in our favor, then I will probably just continue to grind a little bit off camera, and we'll wait for another opportunity. In the meantime, please continue to give me ideas for characters in the comments. As I mentioned last episode, the vast majority of the characters that are going to be joining us are going to be through the Distinguished Service mod, like Porcles here. So Legionnaires are a great jumping off point for that. But I know we have characters from all sorts of backgrounds in the comments thus far. Additionally, we need to figure out how to start investing all of this cash, because while we are making a ton of money from loot after battles, it would be nice to have a steady income. We just need to figure out where it's going to be best to establish that steady income, because again, we don't want to do it in the West. The West is going to be our enemy very shortly. The same might very well be true for the North and the South too, so Imperial lands in general a little bit sketchy. But then the Battanians are making a major land grab, and we might find ourselves at odds with them as well. So, to be honest, I'm not sure where is safe right now. Maybe we should go way off to the east and buy workshops in Kyrgyz land or something. I don't know. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a blast to be back playing some Bannerlord with you, and I look forward to seeing you back here for the next one.